All of them are going on the truck and remembering putting Nick to rest and killing undead Mel's brother. Victor covers his face. Victor says, Elle, to ask whatever she wants to. She asks, how did you reach here? Victor says, it's a difficult question. Lucy says, there was a day when we couldn't have stopped all this from happening. Elle says, start from there. She asks, how many days haven't you seen them for? She says, nearly 2 weeks. We had started eating animals' food. Nick asks Lucy, if you're okay? Victor wants to put out ketchup. Alicia says, save it for real pancakes. One of them says, why not we eat animals before their food? Madison says, we'll go to new places to look for supplies. Victor says, it was our first mistake to get outside. Victor and another man are together looking for seeds in a nursery. She asks, were you scared of him? He says, no, not really. As they try to move a stretcher, undeads get to them. They kill them, but one of them starts getting dominated by the other man. Victor saves him. Nick stops the vehicle library. Lucy says, since Nick said that, that's why I went inside. Nick takes a poster off the wall and keeps it. They look for just anything to be found. Lucy says, I was delusional about Colonia and you saved me. We can save them like you saved me. John tells them that he used to be a police officer, and there was a man with them who used to drink a whole bottle at every dinner. One night, he barely survived when a criminal tried to pull a garbage truck over his car. He skipped drinking just for a week and got started again. He says, I think we'll get set in our ways again after we bury him. Morgan says, after we bury him, I'll go on my way. Elle asks if we should stop, as it might be too much. Alicia and Naomi reach a place, set their weapons in belts. Naomi sees a vehicle and claims it to be perfect to be taken, but it doesn't have keys. They proceed. It's a water park. There are undeads killed long ago. They kill undeads. They notice people went up to the highest spot and blocked the stairs with chairs. To reach there, they have to go through dirty chlorine water. Victor and another man have got some crops. The other man says, if you don't like me? Victor says, I have done a lot of bad deeds, and I keep this pebble to remember them. Alicia says, she and Naomi came closer because of being outside together. Undeads proceed towards them. They kill a few and get onto the slide way, which leads to the highest spot. It's slippery, but they make it. There's a machine gun there with ammunition left. An undead tries to attack Naomi and falls over her. She falls right down through the slide under stuck undeads. Alicia slides down as well and kills a closer undead. They look for something of use, and Alicia finds medical stuff. Both fill their bags with as much as they can keep. Alicia sees with binoculars if there's another place for supplies there. Victor and another man get to a vehicle's small yard. He shows him provisions he gathered for a long time. He says, it's enough for both of us. He's talking about leaving others in the stadium. The other man says, I can't do it. He leaves. Alicia says that Victor wasn't the only one who thought about going. It was Naomi as well. She fails to run as that vehicle is out of fuel. Alicia says it is the second time. She tells her to let's fill the vehicle's tank. Nick and Lucy find books covered in blood and an undead tied with a rope. Nick puts him to rest. He has a suicide scar. Lucy finds a book. Nick says, we'll find a new place. Lucy says, we can grow crops again. She shows him a book of the southwestern U.S. Elle asks, what opened on the first page? Lucy says, I shouldn't have opened that book. Madison keeps an eye on vultures. Mel signs her to get on the radio. She asks if he needs any help. He asks for relish. The door opens. Madison gets out and gets to him. He's cooking something. He tells her that before finding their bus, he and his brother Ennis lived on a ranch in the mountains. There were wildfires 30 kilometers away. He asks her to have what he has cooked. She doesn't want it. He asks, what are you here for? She says that their offer is open while Mel says the same about his offer. While she's leaving, he completes that story that they stopped on the ranch until it came there and took everyone except him and Ennis. He still remembers their screams. Lucy and Nick check the book. Victor is in confusion about his decision. Naomi tells her that she was an ICU nurse and tells her that the stadium will not last longer. Another man reaches the stadium. As Madison asks about Victor, he gets here through another door. He tells Elle that I realized what I will lose, so I went back and never told them that they were mine. Elle asks them, where did that book take you to? Nick and Lucy show that book map to Madison, and she agreeably leaves. Lucy has tears. Elle asks, you told them about Naomi? She says no. I did let Naomi speak her statement from her. She stayed and said an infirmary. Elle says, what did change that day? We should have made Mom understand to leave. I should have secretly come. We should have flipped to another page and found another place to go. But we wanted to stay. That's why Nick died. That's why my friend died. Elle turns off the camera. They reach a specific place, stop, and get out of the truck. Victor says this is the place to bury Nick. Morgan asks, why this place? They have got a lot of ammunition here. They say it's what Nick wanted. They're gonna go behind vultures. Elle says, you are not gonna make it without me. Victor has a note he got from El Camino, and they know where they'll meet. Victor says, if you want to know how it ends, then come and see yourself. She says, load up. Morgan says that he likes growing flowers. They bury him. Morgan places a blue flower on his grave, and all of them start loading up. John sees Naomi's bag and says, it is Laura's bag. He asks, where is she? She didn't make it out of the stadium. He doesn't believe it. He says, it's not true. She can't die. Alicia says they killed her. He asks Morgan and all of them to let him be alone. Elle says, I'll find out what happened and will come to you. Morgan stays with John while others leave. Morgan says, I'm sorry, John. He replies, you were right. We all are alone since always.